Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me today because we have some very exciting General Hospital news to talk about, and it's definitely worth the wait. I've been watching General Hospital for years, and let me tell you, right now, my heart just breaks for poor Michael. That boy is carrying the weight of the whole world on his shoulders. His little sister Jocelyn has gone missing under mysterious circumstances, and he's worried sick about her. On top of that, his own family is falling apart at the seams. Willow's been fighting tooth and nail to take Wiley and Amelia away from him. His mama Carly has stirred up all kinds of trouble by getting mixed up with two different men, and now Jocelyn's somehow gotten herself tangled up with the WSB. It's one big messy soap opera mess, folks. I tell you, Michael looked so lost the other day when he went straight to Sonny, begging that man to help save his sister. It was one of the most touching things I've seen in a long time. Sonny's got his own reasons to hesitate. Lord knows Jocelyn has cursed his name up and down the harbor, but blood is still blood. He swallowed his pride and agreed to step in for Michael's sake. That's the kind of complicated family love that keeps me coming back to this show. And now the latest twist has me shaking my head. It turns out Jocelyn's little romance with Jack Brennan might not be what it seems at all. Those sweet warnings she's been giving him? Honey, they could be part of a bigger, dangerous plan cooked up by Valentine Cassadine and Carly herself to trap Jack. Can you believe it? Carly looked scared to death when she admitted it, and even Valentine, cool as a cucumber most days, said right back to her, "I'm scared too." Turns out Jocelyn had gone to Valentine earlier, telling him all about Ross Cullum, that mysterious book connected to Cesar Faison, and some cigarettes that had poor Anna Devane losing her mind. Valentine got so angry he nearly lost control, but Jocelyn calmed him down. Then he and Carly argued a bit, made a few shady phone calls pretending to be Dr. Kevin Collins, and finally came together on this risky scheme. Watching all this, I just sit back in my chair and think, these Port Charles folks sure know how to make life complicated. But that's why I love it. No matter how tangled the lies get, it's still about family trying to protect each other the best way they know how. Makes an old man like me appreciate my own simple life a little more, I'll tell you that. Just when I thought things couldn't get any more tangled in Port Charles, the story takes another turn that has me leaning forward in my recliner. Valentine was talking to Carly about bringing Nina Reeves into the plan to bring Jack down, and let me tell you, Carly wasn't too thrilled about that idea. She made a face like she'd just bitten into a sour lemon. But here's the thing that really got me thinking. Maybe Jocelyn has already been helping more than anyone realizes. I mean, think about it. Jocelyn wouldn't have gone to Valentine in the first place, spilling all those secrets about Ross Cullum, that old book tied to Cesar Faison, and those cigarettes that had poor Anna Devane spinning out of control. If she didn't trust the man even a little bit, she wouldn't be hiding where Valentine is staying and keeping it from Jack unless she was playing for the same team. That girl has always been sharp, but this time she's walking a tightrope, and my heart's right there with her. What really surprised me was how things shifted with Nina. Turns out she might not even need to step in and help Carly and Valentine after all. Jack Brennan went straight to Nina himself. Can you believe the nerve of that man? He sat down with her and gave her his word that the traffic camera footage, the stuff that could really nail Willow and cause all kinds of trouble, would never see the light of day. He promised it would stay buried. Now, whether you can trust a man like Jack to keep his promises is another story, but it sure eased some pressure off Nina for the time being. And then there's Jocelyn's part in all this. The more I watch, the more I think her role might be simpler than it looks on the surface. Maybe she's just supposed to keep Jack distracted by bringing him around to her mama's place. You know how it is, throw a big enough distraction in a man's way and he loses focus on everything else. Jocelyn's been playing it cool, acting like there's something real between her and Jack, but I suspect it's all part of the bigger game. She's protecting her family the only way she knows how right now. Lord, it's a lot to keep straight. Michael's still out there desperate to save his sister. Sonny's weighing in even though Jocelyn has given him nothing but grief. Carly's scared half to death. And Valentine's walking around with the weight of old grudges and new risks on his shoulders. Nina might be the surprise helper they didn't expect. Or maybe she's just another piece on this complicated chessboard. I sit here shaking my head, but I can't stop watching. These folks in General Hospital remind me of real families I've known. Messy, loud, full of mistakes, but still fighting like hell for one another when it counts. Michael's doing everything a big brother can do. Carly's scared, but still in the middle of it because that's her baby girl. And Jocelyn Well, she's proving she's got more guts than most people give her credit for. It makes you think about your own life, doesn't it? How we all get caught up in our own little dramas, but at the end of the day, it's love. Complicated, imperfect, sometimes downright crazy love that keeps us going. I'll be right here watching to see how they untangle this web. These Port Charles stories always find a way to pull at your heartstrings, and this one's no different. You know, the deeper I get into this General Hospital storyline, the more I'm convinced that everything happening with Jocelyn and Jack is part of one big clever plan. They're not just playing around, they're deliberately setting a trap to lure Jack right into it, keeping him distracted and off balance so he eventually makes a mistake big enough for his own bosses to catch him red-handed. It's like watching a slow-burning fuse on a stick of dynamite. Jack Brennan struts around Port Charles acting like he's the big boss of all the rogue agents, but that man's got more skeletons in his closet than an old attic. Just think about everything he's been mixed up in. He's neck deep in that whole Pikeman scandal where he turned on Valentine without a second thought. And those unauthorized drone strikes, Lord have mercy. He's ordered them more times than I care to count. The way I see it, Jack's crossed the line 3 major times, and each one could blow up in his face any day now. The first big one was during that Dark Star mess. He played a key part in taking down Victor Cassadine and stopping him and his crew from firing up that dangerous weather machine again. At the time, it probably looked like he was doing the right thing, but now it's all coming back around. Then there was the second time, out at that refugee camp in Somalia, the very same place where poor Lucky Spencer was being held. Jack stuck his nose in there and stirred up all kinds of trouble that wasn't his business. And the third one, well, if this ever comes to light, Jack's finished. It involves that mysterious group called the Five Poppies. If Ross Cullum gets his hands on the truth and starts digging, there won't be enough places for Jack to hide. The walls are closing in on him, and I reckon he doesn't even see it coming yet. Meanwhile, my heart just aches for Michael. That poor boy is still out there doing everything he can to save his sister, even while his own life is falling apart with Willow fighting for the kids and the whole family in pieces. Carly's walking around scared half to death, whispering her fears to Valentine, and he's right there admitting he's scared too. But they're not giving up. Jocelyn's playing her part perfectly, acting close to Jack, keeping him distracted by bringing him around her mama's place, making him lose focus on everything else that's happening. Nina might step in to help, or maybe she won't even need to now that Jack's already gone to her trying to smooth things over about that traffic camera footage in Willow. Either way, the net is tightening, slowly but surely. At the end of the day, that's what keeps me coming back to General Hospital week after week. Sure, it's dramatic and over the top sometimes, but underneath all the twists and turns, it's really about love. The complicated, imperfect, stubborn kind of love that makes people do crazy things. It makes me appreciate my own simple life a little more. Sitting here with a cup of coffee, watching these characters fight their battles. I reckon Jack's going to get what's coming to him before too long, and when he does, I'll be right here cheering him on. These stories pull at your heartstrings, warm an old man's soul, and remind us all that family is worth every bit of trouble. Can't wait to see how it all unfolds next.